I am Rakesh Asthana, and I am a retired IPS officer. I'll just speak about my journey in few minutes, and then we'll take it forward. I belong to a very small place called Ranchi in Jharkhand. My father was a teacher in a school called Netrat School. Right from the childhood days, I had a focus. I wanted to become a civil servant. And since I was interested in reading a lot of jasusi novels, so I was more inclined towards the police. So I joined the police in the year 1984. And since then, I was working in different capacities at different places in Government of India and Government of Gujarat. I retired only 2 years back as Police Commissioner of Delhi. So I started my journey in 1984 in police, and during this journey of 38, 39 years, I had handled quite a few sensitive investigations in different capacities. To begin with, if you remember 1994, 95, there was a case known Purulia arms drop case. I was with the CBI then. So I was the field investigating officer of that case, supervising the case. Then in 1996 and 97, the famous Fodder Scam case of Bihar, the investigation was done by CBI. I, as SP CBI Dhanbad, handled the lead cases of those scam cases. And during the course of investigation, we interrogated and arrested the then Chief Minister and very senior government functionaries, charge-sheeted them, and all these cases ended into conviction. After that, I came back to my cadre. Like in our service, we have an option to join the central agencies on deputation. My cadre is Gujarat. So I started my career in Gujarat. And after completing a stint of 10 years in CBI, I came back to Gujarat in 2002. You must have heard a very famous or infamous case of Godhra railway burning case, which resulted in widespread communal riots in the state. So I was asked to investigate the base case of railway burning of Sabarmati train at Godhra railway station. It was a very difficult time for all of us, very stressful. A lot of commotion was there. We found out the truth during the investigation. It led to filing of charge sheets against so many people, and finally it also ended up in conviction. Like 20 people were convicted for life, 11 for death penalty, and this created a lot of commotion or interest all over the world. It had its different colors, but as a professional police officer, as a professional investigator, our duty is to find out the truth and to stick to the facts and the evidences. So during the course of investigation of this particular case, we had found out that it is not a case of incidental stone throwing and setting the bogie on fire, but we found that it was a case of conspiracy which led to this incident. It was deliberately done by a few handful of people. In this particular case, almost 59 people died, out of which 29 were women, 8 were children, and very ghastly case it was. But investigation revealed the entire conspiracy, and we were able to unravel the entire thing. And it also led to the conviction of these people. Interesting thing was that in this case, at that point of time, the Honorable Supreme Court appointed a special investigation team to investigate it again. And the special investigating team was headed by retired Director CBI at that point of time. The best part of it was that after the investigation, they found that whatever investigation was done by us was correct and they could not find any lacuna in the investigation. On that basis, the trial took place and conviction was secured. So in such cases where innocent lives are lost and lot of commotion was there, the basic task of a police officer is to find out the truth. And finding out the truth is not very easy. In such cases, finding out the truth is one thing, finding out the evidence is another thing. It took a lot of time for us to collect the evidence, to catch the culprits, and to fight a long-drawn battles in the court. Now, as I don't know whether you understand or not, the task of the police to investigate a particular thing. But if you have investigated a particular thing, whether it results in conviction or not is part of trial. Trial is not totally in the hands of police. It is the judiciary which runs the trial. The police has to lead the evidence before the court and to see to it that the conviction takes place. So investigation plus prosecution. We followed everything and which resulted in conviction of the people. 2002 this case happened and 2011 the conviction took place. So you can understand that it is a long drawn process and it requires a lot of perseverance, lot of professional excellence and to take it to the logical conclusion. Now just to digress a bit, I like to tell you that in police service, people think that it is a very easy life to lead. In police service, people think that you have got a lot of power, you can exercise a lot of power, and you can lead a very good life. It's not like that. To prove yourself professionally competent, to prove yourself that you are really meant for the society, you have to struggle a lot. And nothing is so easy. Like for any case, any important case, unless you connect the crime with the criminal, it's not, your job is not done. As police officer, you feel or you face so many oppositions, not only from the within the service, but also from outside the service, from the society, from the politicians, from the administrators, from the media. You have to handle everything together and to have a stand where you listen to everyone, reply to everyone, but keep your path clear, your mind focused, your work focused. After this Godhra thing, which we investigated, a very interesting, not interesting per se, a very ghastly incident took place in Ahmedabad city and Surat, serial bomb blast in 2008. I was police commissioner, Baroda then. The blast, serial blast, 60 to 65 places, simultaneously bomb blasts took place. And in Surat, at 27 places, the bombs were planted, but it did not explode because of some technical reason. I was in Baroda. Baroda, nothing happened. So I got a call from my Home Secretary. He said, how come Baroda is not affected? I said, I don't know. Then he said, can you tell me what is your thinking? Like policing is only a common sense. It is not a big science. It is an art, how you understand the things, how you accumulate things in yourself and how you go ahead with that. So I told him, sir, blast took place in Ahmedabad. No blast took place in Surat. When Ahmedabad blast took place, the last incident was a car was filled with the explosives. It was blasted in the hospital because these terrorists, they thought that people who are injured will come to hospital. So the last blast was at the hospital, and the car, which was full of explosives, was blown off. This number plate was GJ6, which said it is from Baroda. In Surat, blast did not take place, but in some places we found the explosive material wrapped in newspapers. The dateline of the newspapers was Baroda. So I told my boss, my home secretary, that my impression is that whether the number plate is genuine or not, I believe Baroda is the place where the conspiracy might have been hatched. And he asked me to investigate, and within 3 days we could find out how all it happened. A lot of people were arrested from all over the country. And if you remember, if you Google, that time there was an organization called Indian Mujahideen. And they claimed for the blast, not only in Ahmedabad and Surat, but previous blasts of Bombay, Hyderabad, Banaras, Jaunpur, Jaipur, number of places, and the cases were unsolved. And because of this particular incident, the entire Indian Mujahideen network was exposed. Why I am telling you this is that it is not any rocket science, but just a basic common sense to read through the evidences, which leads to the detection of the crime. Now, you must have heard that no crime is perfect. If somebody is committing a crime, if he thinks that I have committed a crime and nobody will come to know about it, it is, I think he or she is living in fool's paradise. Every criminal leaves some signs of or some evidences behind which can lead to the detection of the crime, which we have followed during our career. Then again, another incident which I had investigated in my career was the rape case of Asaram Bapu and his son, Narayan Sai, when I was Police Commissioner, Surat. Again, it was an old case, dated 2004. I am talking about 2013-14, so 9-year-old cases was brought to the knowledge of the Police Commissioner. We registered the case, investigated, found out the evidence, connected the evidence with the criminals, laid the charge sheet, and ultimately it ended in conviction. So this is another high-profile case which I handled in my career. After that, when I moved again to the CBI, so in my second stint in the CBI, I handled Vijay Malia's case, then Augusta Westland case, then all those big-time cases which you must have been hearing in the newspapers. And finally, I got retired in 2022 as Police Commissioner of Delhi. Now, this narration I have made, giving my story and my journey, plus the investigation of some cases, I want to tell you, say, young people, number one, nothing is impossible in your life. Like if you decide to do something, you can do it. The challenges will be there, the problems will be there, the handicaps will be there, but if you are determined, if you are focused, you can do anything in this world. So don't think that you are not capable of doing anything. You can do wonders. Nothing is impossible. And every one of us who have done in the past are common human beings. We have learned through the time, we have picked up the skills through the time, and we achieved something. And anyone who is aspiring to become something, whether an engineer or civil servant or a police officer, one should think that it is achievable and you are under no circumstances less competent than anyone else. That feeling should be there in your heart. And secondly, if you want to excel in your career, you have to be professionally competent. Because nobody will like you if you are not competent professionally. Whatever profession you are in, if you are an engineer, if you are a technocrat, if you have that competence in you, if you have that merit in you, even your bosses will not be able to ignore you. These two things I wanted to tell you. And lastly, what I have learned in my career is this world is full of jealousies. Nobody will like that you are moving ahead. Your own friends will try to pull you down. Because if somebody wants to go ahead of you, they don't believe in drawing a line bigger than yours. They will try to erase your line so that they go ahead. That is a harsh reality in life. And you have to accept it and you have to work accordingly. I don't mean to say that you should also react in the similar manner. I don't mean to say that. But if you are having competence, if you are having determination, you can face any challenges. Only thing is that you have to be aware of circumstances in which you are working. You should be prepared to tackle with such forces, and you should be 100% sure of himself or yourself. Unless you believe in yourself, you will not be able to do anything. It's a very small world. It's a very competitive world. And you as youngster are going to start your new life, career. A lot of things you will face. The world is changing every day. Things are not the same which we faced. Things may be more complicated, but the core human values remain the same. It has to remain the same. The human being will remain the same. Technology will come, technology will go, new technology will come, but the person who is using the technology is the same human being. If you are stressed, then you will not be able to do anything. How to manage your stress, how to remain alert, it's a matter of experience. You grow with the passage of time, you learn so many things, but don't ever forget that nothing is impossible. You can do anything in your life. Thank you.